Okay, so this is actually really late, but that's okay. Let's start. Dickinson's toner. Go, 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 go. Okay, so you need to clean your face first. And then moisturizer. You see that? You see the speed? Put your moisturizer on. We're doing no primer today because I've decided that I don't like primer anymore. Get that on the neck too, okay? Get it everywhere. Get your face nice and shiny. Now wait. Powder on all the spots that get oily or crease. Now this is like a baking powder / setting powder. Now I'm mixing this concealer and foundation together because what? My normal shade does not match. Okay? I tanned. I'm swirling it together on my hand. Okay? And I'm striping up my face like a a tiger. This is just to help the product spread evenly. This isn't really a base routine makeup tutorial. It's more so on the eyeshadow, but it's also not at all. I don't know, y'all. I kind of forgot how to do makeup. But I'm just gonna bounce that beauty blender on there. And it is not wet. It is very much dry. And that did not help apply the makeup at all. So please, wet the beauty blender. It'll make it so much easier. And look, it's still blended out though, because the sponge is still really soft. Now I'm using that all-nighter setting spray because my face was dry. Concealer again. This one is a little bit lighter than the one that I mixed with my foundation. We're literally just highlighting these points in the face. You see, screenshot that right there. That's where you highlighted. Okay. Now we're blending it in with the beauty blender, the tip of it. Okay. And I do wait for those inner corners to dry down. I don't blend those out immediately. Like this base routine is very much inspired by Nazareth looks on Instagram. Now I'm doing the highlight, right? Highlight, girl, I don't know. But I'm gonna use that inner corner, underneath my nose, my forehead, and my chin. It's literally the same places that I put my other stuff. Same exact placement as what I did before, but we're just making it lighter. And now I'm powdering again. I know it's like, oh, what? How much powder are we using? We're using all the powder. Okay, you're going to be 99% powder after this. And I'm only putting this underneath my eyes. I'm like, not setting, but like blending away creases first. And then putting powder underneath. This is the same powder I used at the beginning, but I am using a lot less. Now I'm going in with my contour. I'm not telling you what the contour is because we don't support them. I'm going to tell you what it is. It's e.l.f. But I don't like e.l.f. at the moment as a brand. They're being weird. But these are the places that I contoured. You see, this is how I contour my jawline. I like a little bit of chisel in my chin. You see that? Screenshot. Now we're blending it out with a brush. Why am I blending it with a brush? Because the last time I blended it out with a sponge, the product went everywhere. With the brush, you have 10 times more control. And this brush specifically is a dense brush. I don't know if it's considered a kabuki brush, but it's very dense. And that's what you need to be blending this. And I'm also using the same brush on my nose. Now, I don't even know what I just showed because that was really quick. But, oh, okay. It's the e.l.f. blush. But you can use any blush you want. This one was pretty dark on me. So I did decide to highlight a little bit with a different blush. That's what's on my finger. This one is like a dusty rose, like a light dusty rose. You see how bright it is? I just put that on top so it can, brighten up that blush situation. And if you want less product, just put your blush on the back of your hand and then you pick it up with the brush. I know that it's strange for me to be telling you this, but like, girl, I totally meant to do that. I didn't mean to put this much blush on. But that's okay. We're using another powder. Didn't I tell you we're gonna be 99% powder? I did not lie. I might put more powder, like not directly under my eye, but you see how I'm like doing around it, like on top of that blush? Yeah. We're just setting that all in, lock it in, lock in that chin. Any wet areas, we're locking everything in because you don't want it to move. Stiff where? My hair. Okay? And I'm also going over my eyebrows too, because I did my eyebrows off camera. Yes, I did. And I'm setting my face with a pressed powder by Black Radiance, I think. Because my other pressed powder, it was way too light and it was making me look like a freaking ghost. So I bought this before the video. And it definitely helped a lot. And you really want a pressed powder that's like your skin tone, or maybe like not a shade darker, but like a shade that's a little bit warmer, because you kind of want to give it a bit of a bronze situation. And again, we're going in with the powder. I told y'all we're still powdering. Now I'm doing like inner corner situation. Again, this is what Nazareth does. I'm trying it out because I kind of like it, but there's some things I do want to change about it to suit my own face, because I don't know how I feel about this for my nose area. I like the non-contoured nose look, but I don't know if I want to do it like this. You know? If you guys got any suggestions, let me know down below. And I am putting that powder right on top of that blush. Okay? And then we're going back in with our regular blush, just to re-enhance the blush and to make sure that blush is also locked in. I'm telling y'all, we are locking everything into the face. Alright? You cannot skip any of these steps if you don't want your face to be locked in. This is great for oily skin or like normal to oily. If you have dry skin, please make sure that you got a face dewy mist or whatever next to you. Now we're finally doing the eyeshadow. So the palette, I made it, okay? But it's ColourPop eyeshadows, and I just used the color that was like closest to like my face / bronzer color. And I'm just adding the color back in a little by little, because we're not doing a cut crease, we're doing a soft whisper crease. I don't know, like soft mattes, velvets, giving you Pooh Bear. Well, maybe not Pooh Bear, but yeah. And now we're going in with the white. And I'm packing that eyeshadow, and I'm not trying to blend it. I'm just trying to pop that color right on my lid. I want it to be nice and bright. And again, these eyeshadows that I'm using are ColourPop. And I never used ColourPop eyeshadows before this. I bought these recently, and I actually am really digging it. I also like their Squeeze Me Balm. That's good. Definitely giving Sunday, Fridays dupe situation. And I'm going back in with that bronzer shade. I'm sweeping it a little bit across my lid, but I'm just trying to not make a wing necessarily, but make a little bit of a smoky eye look around that white, just to make the white pop, but not like in your face pop. I don't know if any of that made sense, y'all, but I'm deepening the eye with an even darker brown, but I don't want to be too dark brown. Like, you see, it's not super dark brown, but it's still like in my color palettes. It's still in my season, okay? And you could just do this makeup with literally just face products, or you don't have to do it that way. But I'm going back in with my face powder. And you see how much coverage this stuff has. I was not expecting all that, especially on the other side. So I did have to go back in and blend it a bit because I was like, oh my gosh. This color is so color. I'm sorry, I'm not making no sense, y'all. I put that all over my forehead too because I just want everything to be blended out, and also I didn't put that much foundation on. It kind of looked like I did, but it was pretty thinned out and like half dry when I put it on, so it didn't really do a whole lot. So the powders just kind of help merge all those colors together, if you know what I mean. Okay, and I also like kind of swiped off any excess powder I had with the same brush that I used to put on the pressed powder or the setting powder. Like, I don't know what this is called, but I'm using like a darker version of that. Again, it's like very slightly darker, like maybe 2 shades darker than me, and I'm just using that to make my cheekbone pop right back out like it should. Okay, because it should be popping all the time. Now this is a kohl pencil. I think this is by Wet n Wild. I don't know, but I'm putting that in my waterline because I want that to be bright, but I don't want it to be white because I already have white on my eyelid. Okay, I just want a little bit of a without the okay. Now after this, we're gonna go in with a mascara. Okay, after I spray my face down. Spray your face down before you do mascara, or at least if you're doing like mascara, do a waterproof one because that mascara will bleed if you do it right afterwards. Okay, we're curling our eyelashes. Use any eyelash curler that you like. I don't know where this one is from. I've just had it since I actually don't know. I probably had this thing for like 8 years. I don't know, y'all. I'm starting to get old. I just keep things forever and ever. Finally, mascara. Okay, Falscara by Essence. I think that's what it was called, or Lash Princess something. But I'm just wiggling this all throughout my lashes because we're doing a no lash look. So we want our eyelashes to look there and prepared and open. Okay, so I'm really just getting in there, and then I'm doing my lips. I don't know what this color is called. It kind of rubbed off. Look at how tiny that pencil is, y'all. I literally don't know what this is called. I'm gonna assume it's like espresso or deep brown or dark brown. It's the lip liner by NYX. I know that for sure. It is definitely a dark brown. Yeah. I don't know why I was lining my lips this way, but it was kind of eating. Like my Cupid's bow, I made it way pointier than it actually is on accident. Normally I would not do that. Also, do you guys want to see how I used to do my makeup in middle school? Like, even just lining my lips, I would like pretend like I didn't have a Cupid's bow, which is interesting. Like, let me know if you want to see that, because I definitely did a lot of cut creases, but I also did a lot of weird stuff. Now I'm going in with a very pale pink lipstick. Now I used to think that this lipstick wasn't for me. I was gonna give it to one of my friends, but then I'm like, you know what? I might be able to make this work. And look, you better work. You see that? It's giving. It's giving a little But I cannot stand a matte lip, so I had to put some gloss on top. And I'm going back in with the white eyeshadow. This is weird, maybe, but I put that like right over my nose bridge just to really give no nose bridge because I don't have one. And I really wanted my inner corners to be bright white and sunlight. Yeah. This was a pretty easy makeup to do. It looks harder than it is, but it's really not, y'all. Okay. And all I'm doing right now is the finishing touches, just adding back in color that got washed away a bit. And off camera, I did add on some moles because I feel like my face is looking a little flat. But yeah, this is pretty easy, y'all. You can do this. It's very affordable too. Like ColourPop, Elf, Wet n Wild, and Black Radiance. Girl, you can do it. Trust. And the nose highlight is also from the palette that I quote unquote made. Because you can make palettes on the ColourPop website. Isn't that cool? You can also do that on the Miss A website too. Okay? Oh, I forgot about this detail. I added a little bit of a dark brown underneath my eye to really make that like waterline pop even more. Just look at it. Oh, it's so good.
I'm a baddie, so I know them other bitches ain't impressing you. And I've been a baddie since a younger nigga, this ain't nothing new. Why these niggas in my face? Oh, because I'm rich and my money blue. I don't care what niggas say, cause I'm really paid, I'm untouchable. Making bitches wanna hate, she see me and she get uncomfortable. Make a nigga wanna play, say I'm pretty and sexy, I'm untouchable.